Every day life's happening. Some days are more eventful. Others, living protected with insurance you can depend on changes your life for the better. We insure the people and things you care about. Not Agency. We'll help you find the right coverage so when life happens, you have the right insurance protection for your family and business. When life happens, live protected. Agency for all your insurance needs.
Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Tuesday, the first day of May. It's good to have you with us today. We're going to talk about a wonderful organization in Central Missouri. It's called the Children's Grove. I want to introduce you to Mary Jo Herde. Good to have you here, Mary Jo. First time on Radio Friends,
yes.
But you appeared with us many times on Pepper and Friends.
That's right. It's been a couple of years.
Yeah, more than a couple of years. Good to see you again.
Thank
and then
you.
we have Pete Millier. Pleasure to have both of you. Now let's start first of all with Children's Grove. This is Be Kind Week. Is it Kindness Week?
Kindness Week.
Okay. What is the purpose of Kindness Week?
It's to reinforce the teaching of the value of kindness in young people.
Yeah, because we can forget that. We can get so involved in so many things we forget how important it is to be kind to each other. Now, Children's Grove, explain what that is.
Well, Children's Grove is a volunteer group of people who are interested in making Columbia the kindness capital of the world, I guess.
Okay. We're pretty close to that.
All right.
We have a lot of kind people here.
We do.
We really honestly do.
We
yeah.
do.
So you want to make Columbia the kindness capital of the world. How do you do that?
I think there are lots of ways we're doing it. We're just trying to raise the idea of kind behavior as acceptable behavior, and in many ways we're doing that. We're kicking off Kindness Week in the first week of May, April 29th. Well, it's already started.
But April 29th through May the 5th
right,
is Kindness
that's right,
Week, right?
Yeah.
So what are you doing during Kindness Week?
Well, we have several events still coming up. One of those tomorrow is the Mayor's Proclamation, and he will inaugurate Youth Kindness Ambassadors into the program, and they do all kinds of kind activities throughout the year. They're mostly high school students.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I like the idea of Kindness Week, that we all can try to be a little nicer to each other. And Children's Grove is promoting that.
They are. I mean, just to think about doing one kind action a day is worthwhile.
Yeah. Well, I look at your face and I see kindness all over it. And Pete, tell me how you're involved with this.
Well, I've been involved for probably 6 years, and it was Mrs. Ann Deaton that roped me into it. I was a willing volunteer, but it all stemmed from the Sandy Hook tragedy, and the community came together and put in the original Children's Grove out at Stevens Lake Park. And after that was done, the group kind of looked at each other and said, okay, what do we do now? And Boone County's unique because it has a taxpayer-supported system of promoting good mental health in young people. And there's many different initiatives. Children's Grove, we seek to support those initiatives as well as kind of stitch them together on a little bit bigger basis.
That's nice. That is nice. And I like especially what Mary Jo said, is that you want to make Columbia and Boone County the kindness capital of the world. And I think both of you are off to a very good start on that. In the middle of Kindness Week. And if something else you wanted to add?
Well, I just want to add that they do have some mental health training that Children's Grove cooperates with the Office of Child Advocacy for the Darkness to Light training. And we also cooperate on the youth mental health first aid training, and we'll even pay for youth to take this training, which helps them help their fellow classmates.
Yes,
it's wonderful.
Well, I thank you for coming by and sharing this information, and do come back again and we'll talk more in detail about Children's Grove. Okay? Thank you, Mary Jo and Pete. Really
Thanks,
appreciate
Paul.
it.
Thank
but
you.
If people, my pleasure. If people want more information, you can go online to www.childrensgrove.org. And you'll find out everything that's going on during Kindness Week with Children's Grove. Okay? That's a good idea. Now, Heather Harlan is here from the Phoenix program. Good to have you here.
It's always good to be
Isn't that
here.
wonderful what they're talking about?
Yes,
with
it
the kindness
ties in,
week?
really, it does. And our hope is with them, and we're certainly supporting them on that.
Yeah.
So we want to make lots of inroads.
So you're a pretty kind lady also.
Well, I certainly strive for it, maybe every other day. This is an on day, all right?
Okay.
So-
what do we got going on for the...
Well, I have bad news, good news, bad news. So,
Okay.
but sort of the bad news is, I know you're always wanting updates on the opioid crisis, and the bad news is the numbers are still continuing to rise on the emergency. The good news is that we do want the community to know that we are learning more every day about what it takes to prevent and treat this and help people get their lives back on track. The good news is people can and do recover, and we see that every day at Phoenix as to what people do to get their lives back.
From the opioid
From
crisis.
all drugs, but specifically this is the one grabbing the headlines.
Yeah.
So in terms of the bad news, we wanted the community to know they might be hearing about a lot of money from the state targeted response from the federal government that was sending a lot of money to the states, and Missouri did get a fair amount of money from that. However, we want the community to know that none of that's coming to mid-Missouri and rural communities.
It is not?
No, it's going to the peripheral metropolitan areas. So we are left with still needing the bad news. We need more resources to help people who are finding themselves in trouble with opioid challenges. So what we're working to do is to create more crisis beds where we'd have referrals from our frontline workers at the emergency room and the local police who would have a place to bring people. Now, you couldn't just bring your family member, but from those referral sources, so that we'd have crisis beds for people who are identified. And we're working to do that through tax credits. So from May 1st, through June 30th, if people would like to help, then to be able to contribute, make a donation. Not everybody can do that, Paul, we know that, but a lot of folks can, and people ask us every day, what can we do to help? So the first thing, to talk to your accountant, but then knowing that if someone wanted to give $10,000. It's really complicated, but that could result in up to $5,500 up to $8,500 directly off your tax bill. So talk to your accountant. If you're interested in more information, please call our financial officer at Phoenix Programs.
And this is all
Yes.
to provide more crisis beds
Yes.
for the opioid epidemic. Would you call it an epidemic?
Yes, well, a crisis, but it's a public health situation. And again, when we're losing more people per year than we have to car crashes, then obviously.
And the reason you're trying to do this is that the money that's coming to Missouri is not coming to Central Missouri.
Correct.
It's going to St. Louis and Kansas City?
Yes, and to Springfield. But
Springfield.
But it's really not coming to rural, and it's not coming to Central Missouri, even though we're, the fourth largest metropolitan area.
Okay.
So we're looking at, well, what are the resources that we do have? And we're asking people, as I said, people ask every day, what can we do to help? The tax credits are available. Talk to your accountant to see if that's a way, or maybe you know someone else who might be able to do that. We appreciate that.
And if people want more information about Phoenix programs,
I think the best, 573-875-8880, and ask for the financial officer if they want tax credits. And then we're Phoenix Programs Inc. online, and we're on Facebook.
Okay.
as
Heather
well.
Harlan, thank you so much
Great.
for
Thanks
coming
so
by.
much for having us,
Always a
Paul.
pleasure to have you
Oh,
here.
thank you.
Tomorrow, Columbia Art League and trips. Drop me an email, pepperp@missouri.edu. Something you'd like to hear or see. Bye-bye.